In this video, we're going to take a look at what is new with Sphere Finance, their new dashboard, a few announcements, what are they doing with their liquidity pool, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on guys? It's Eric here and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day and are doing well. We are taking a look at Sphere Finance, at what is new around Sphere Finance. But before we do that, if we just take a look at the price, this is the new liquidity pair with Sphere Finance and USD Plus, which is overnight finance. And taking a look at that here, we can see the price of Sphere is sitting around 0.006. And of course, we're still seeing Bitcoin and the entire crypto space lag behind. We're still in a bear market and everything is still down. Same with stocks, and interest rates are actually going up. Yesterday, the Fed increased the rates by 0.75 basis points, so it had a positive reaction. But today, obviously, we see the negative impacts of it and the fears of a recession are still there. So Sphere Finance, of course, affected by it. But if we take a look at their roadmap, what they plan on doing in the next few months or even in the next year or so, we can see that they are still working on their web app, so their dashboard here. We're going to get into that and talk about that dashboard 2.0, which was released. They are still working on quantum liquidity as a service, and as we know, they've now paired their token with a stable coin, so that is definitely helping out the market here. Because if we take a look at Matic and just understand where Matic is right now, it's actually down another 6.6% today, sitting around 38 cents. So yes, if Matic were to continue falling and we still had that previous 2.0 liquidity pair, we would have an even bigger drop on the price of Sphere. But all that to say is that they are still working on quantum liquidity as a service. And then if we take a look at 2022 quarter number 3, they are planning on bringing NFTs with utility. So I'm looking forward to that. But now if we take a look at their new dashboard, in my opinion, it looks a lot cleaner than the previous one. We have the initial stats here, and then we have some news and updates. What I do like as well is that they've added this transfer, so you do actually get a one-time transfer available to you, which is 100% free of taxes, because as we know right now, there is a transfer tax. And as we can see with this button here, we can now actually transfer our tokens to another wallet that we may want to have the Sphere on without any taxes, which is great, but it is just a one-time transfer, so be aware of that. And now if we talk about the new liquidity pool and how to actually go about buying Sphere Finance now, it is through Dystopia. So if we go ahead and connect our wallet on Dystopia, we can see here that they have added the liquidity pair for USD Plus and Sphere Finance. So if I wanted to use my 2000 USD Plus, I could go ahead and do that and get my Sphere tokens. Now, if we head on over to the liquidity side of Dystopia and understand how much is in the liquidity, we can see here this volatile pool, because again, as we said, USD Plus is a stable coin, but Sphere Finance is a volatile token, which is why this is a volatile pool. And we can see right now that there's about 214,000 USD Plus, so $214,000, and it's paired with about 35.6 million Sphere tokens. And now another cool thing with Dystopia is that, of course, it was incubated by Sphere Finance. So now Sphere is providing their liquidity on Dystopia, and they can actually go ahead and vote for their own liquidity pool, which is going to incentivize more rewards. So as we can see here with this column of total votes, we can see that this pool here is earning about 686% APR. That's because most of the people with governance are voting for this pool, and basically the rewards you get are DIST tokens for providing liquidity to that liquidity pool. But if we just go check Sphere Finance, we can see that this is again the new pool. It's only been up for a few days, and as we can see right now, there's about 2.4% of the governance on vote for this pool, and you'd be earning about a 7% APR on this one. So that is another cool way that Sphere Finance is going to have an impact on Dystopia. They actually have a huge governance, and they can come in here and have a big say on the voting. So If we want to take a look at the analytics behind Dystopia and the swap function, we can see there's about 21 million in liquidity across all pairs. And over the last 24 hours, we had about 1.2 million in terms of volume. That's down actually about 43% today. So definitely before it was higher, but of course it will change every single day. Now, if we take a look at that pair of USD Plus and Sphere, if we go here, it doesn't look like it's updated yet. As I said, it is only been up for a few days, so give it some time and we should have some stats behind how and what is going on with the Sphere Finance and USD Plus pair on Dystopia. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention here, and quite importantly enough, we had the migration from V2.0 to 2.1, and when that happened, they actually had about 3.7 million in wrapped Matic, and at the time of June 12th, when they made this announcement, that was worth about 1.9 million. Now, I just want to bring your attention to this. If we go back to Dystopia and we actually look at the liquidity of Sphere Finance, here they did say it was going to be a smaller liquidity because they wanted to use a portion of that Matic in order to farm it and generate yields to then buy back and burn Sphere. So as we can see here, they have about 214,000 invested in the Sphere Finance pool with USD Plus, which is that 2.1 liquidity pair. So if we go back to Discord here, that means that they've used, let's just round it up to 300,000 for this pool, and they basically used about 300,000, and of course the prices of Matic have dropped significantly. So if we just assume that they still had about 1.6 million from the previous liquidity, that would mean that they now are going to be taking that 1.6 million. Again, it could be a lot less just because Matic actually went down in the last few days, but they are going to use that remaining liquidity and they're going to actually farm it to earn more yields and then buy back Sphere and burn a Sphere to decrease the supply. So I'm not exactly sure how much money was left over during that migration, but hopefully we will get some details on that and see the profits and hopefully see them buy back Sphere and burn it to increase the price of Sphere. So with all that being said, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. We had the new dashboard. We also have the games, but again, I'm not promoting gambling. Here, similar to Titano, they actually have a partnership with BetSwirl, although they are planning on increasing and helping build the BetSwirl ecosystem. But as we can see here, you can now use your Sphere Finance to gamble. And again, it's not a recommendation. You guys do whatever you want with your own money. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, a quick rundown of what's new with Sphere. And of course, stay tuned for more because we are going to continue covering this project. Subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos. Like the video if you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.